Let me start off by saying yes, they're a bad thing. A very bad thing. But why is it happening so much now? Why wasn't it happening sooner? And is this our new future? I'd like to paint a picture in your mind, a story for you to process. A kid is getting bullied at school. His control of his experience is being taken from him, and his freedom is being squished. Every day, this bit of rage burns and builds deep inside of him. But what's he going to do about it? Absolutely nothing. He's just going to continue living, hoping for tomorrow to be better, until one day it is. He's an adult. He's got a nice job, wife, kids, but that rage still lives on, deep inside. He might not even know it's there. Energy does not like being stuck, so it will find a way to move, eventually. Perhaps once his vitality slows down, he loses that white-knuckle grip on those feelings so buried away. Out comes a crabby old man, always mad at the world, filled with rage, and never really sure why. His ego, that inner voice in his head, will tell him why, constantly, always having an answer. You're mad because that person cut you off. That damn dog won't be quiet. Blinded by the distance between the cause of the effect. Let's run it back to a different timeline. The boy grows up with that inner rage that pushes him forward, pushes him to prove himself, pushes him to need to control what other people think about him. Now he's a young adult who's either a people pleaser, always letting people walk on him, or he's a menace, always putting people down, thinking to himself, if they're going to hate me anyways, it's better that he has control, and makes them upset before they naturally fall upset with him, as tends to happen in his life. With some of these people, nothing ever works out for them. They're always in a crabby mood because of something that is happening to them. They're menaces to society, but they didn't start that way. The condition was bred into them through an unresolved pain in another. Hurt causes hurt. Pain causes pain. It's the human condition to want to feel like you're not alone. And when the only state you know is pain, it just makes sense to spread that pain, even if it's not a conscious behavior. The soup of human consciousness we all swim in always feels better when you know someone is having a similar experience. With those timelines in our head, conceptualize the amount of pain, rage, suffering being spread over time by those individuals that were once forced through pain, rage, and suffering in their youth, trapped in a time capsule of horror in their head that only they're aware of. Now conceptualize the amount of pain, rage, and suffering that takes place directly after a school shooting. We cannot objectively say that this is directly proportionate to the suffering caused over a lifetime from a miserable person, but in those cases where the overlap would be uncanny, we should be able to see from the point of view of direct polarity. The negative waves are the same, but one takes place over a lifetime of constant small waves of negativity, and the other happens in a tsunami of trauma and negative energy being thrusted into the world. With our godlike perception being forced through a limiting lens of time, we fool ourselves into taking stances of short-term pain prevention without seeing the allowance of long-term suffering sliding by. It shouldn't have to be said that both of these outcomes should be prevented, but that energy has to go somewhere. But why don't we open our eyes to the spread of anything undesirable that is easily preventable with the slightest amount of awareness? Take a look at where we are, who we are, and how many of us there are. We need to be looking out for each other now more than ever, as the barrier to entry for spreading hate and pain has never been easier. With that comes the inverse of the ability to spread love and light has never been easier. Put your sights on joy, and see that and only that. Until we can exist in nothing but the joy of life, we need to watch out for its evil opposite festering among us. Make the right choice more often than not, and this world will transform before your eyes. By watching this video, you've planted a seed of understanding and stopping the hate. Now you choose if you let your light shine on it. If you want to water it, make sure you subscribe. And if you think you're ready to fertilize it, join our newsletter. If you want a big green thumb to give it a poke, then sign up for our Initiates program.